Good morning, sunshine. It is approximately 6 a.m. in the morning, and it is going to be 102 degrees today. Triple digits, something that we are just not used to. So I want to get out here early to come and do some control. I don't know if you call it control, damage control, but I want to get out here and make sure my plants are going to be okay. Like I said, these are not our normal temperatures, but I'm gonna grab a stand to set y'all up. Sorry you're looking at a wall. Okay, grab your stand. But I want to make sure that my plants have a good chance at being okay. There are a few plants that have drooped. And of course, like I'm in the hydrangea row, they usually droop and bounce back. But look at over there, we just recently planted that one. So it's things like that that I want to make sure are okay. Newly planted plants, hydrangeas, things that I still have in containers. So I'm going to check the soil to see if it's dry, get them watered in. Over here, I also have some seeds that I recently put in the ground. Well, in this one of these beds, and I don't want them to dry out. So that's what we're going to do this morning. Trying not to wake everybody up. I don't know if that's possible, but and the birds sound so pretty. So for this one, I don't need to check the soil. It clearly needs some water. This is the newest hydrangea we put in the ground. So what I'm going to do is just turn on the hose and check the soil of the other ones. And what I'm doing is I'm just pulling back the mulch to see. And it's not dry, but I'm going to water everything. I just don't want to overwater. Yeah, they're a little moist down here from watering the other day, so give them all a little drink. Oh my gosh. You probably can't see because I'm way down here, but that is gorgeous. And I'm just going to give this a deep watering. Poor guy. So that plant's literally going to start bouncing back before you know it. I wanted to come out here at night because that is another thing I typically do. I would come at night, but I was at a town meeting that ran over, and so I wasn't able to come out here at night, which I think would be better because it gives the plant time to absorb all the water overnight rather than like now it's going to absorb the water, but the sun will be coming out soon. But I think I got out here early enough. I'm going to even water these hibiscus trees that love water as well. It's the knots in my hose. The goats have spotted me. Everything on this side actually looks pretty good. It was just giving these a little drink. It was just that one particular hydrangea. Gonna water in this bed. I recently put some seeds in here. The good thing about it is that we are nearing this heat wave. We've been in the 90s for a couple of days, and we've hit hundreds a couple of days too, now that I think about it. But I believe after today, we're going to be back down to normal, which is in the like high 70s, mid 70s. That will work for my life. And I believe this is the only things that need to be watered on this side. Because like I told you all in another video, and this is already bouncing back. We'll check on it at the end of the watering. Like I told you all in another video, I water the garden in sections, and this one had a good watering. So I'm going to wait for the temperatures to drop to do another good watering of this area over here. Okay, what's next? So the next thing I want to check is anything like in containers. I watered these in the other day, but I want to check the containers in because they'll be dry at the surface, but then, they'll have moisture at the bottom. I want to check the hanging baskets, and they all can use a little water. It was really hot yesterday. So let's give them some water. Because they're in containers, their roots will not be able to stretch to, go find moisture or go, if that makes any sense, or go find nutrients. They're contained to this particular container. So whatever's in the containers is all that they're going to get. So we'll give them. So the next thing I'm going to do is water my seedlings. And what I've done is place my seedlings down here underneath the table so that they don't get beaten up by the sun. I forgot the other day, and some of them might have, but they'll recover. So I stick them under the table. As you all can see, I have some under this chair over here. So I'm just trying to protect these little seedlings. And the one thing about the seedlings is we need to keep them moist. So we're going to water those as well. And these are my cuttings. So this is a plant that I pulled out to recover. So we're going to just water those in and keep them low to be protected. So protect your little seedlings. Don't forget about those. Don't leave them hanging out in the sun. And this right here is the fire arborvitae that's recovering, and some ice plant that I had put on display on the patio makeover, but I'm going to be planting them up. But this arborvitae is actually good. It doesn't need water, and I'll just give them a little drink. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is water in this pot. Once again, because it's mainly these pots that will typically dry out, and that one has a tendency of drying out. the next thing I want to do, and I'm going to get my water canner for this because everything on the hill doesn't need to be watered. There's a hydrangea up there that I need to water, and then this is our eclipse hydrangea. I'm so glad it's back up right. It was looking so bad yesterday, just drooping. But let me check the soil level once again so I'm not over watering. But no, this can actually use some water. So I'm going to actually leave this little ditch here so that I can zoom out, so I can make sure that it's the water's going to the hydrangea. And I think that's the only thing that I need to water on this hillside garden. I think the containers, these ones will be fine. Yeah, these will be fine. Zinnias are pretty strong. Okay, so just the hydrangeas. Well, let me see. I think the hose is already pulled out. All my hoses are like 100 or 150 feet, so they can reach. But sometimes, honestly, I just don't feel like pulling them all the way out. But let's see. It could come out more, but I think that should be enough. Okay, I almost forgot about these containers. I'll come back and water those. All right. We'll give this a good soak. When I tell you this hydrangea looks so sad, yesterday I was like, oh my gosh. I knew it would bounce back. They always do, but it's just, that sun is stressing them out. Okay. Push the mulch back. And then the other hydrangea is all the way. Gotta go up and around. Let me see, does anything else look like it can use water? I know we need to do some cutting back, but so. And anything in containers, check on your containers. And sadly, this hydrangea has not been planted up yet. So, and what I'm going to do is take it and tuck it underneath that table right there. And we're going to water it in really, really well. Can't forget about these planters. So, yeah, nicely watered. They get a lot of sun. So that's all I'm going to do. I just wanted to show you all. Oh, this little container right here with some basil. I'm going to water in. Oh, let me show you all what I just seen. We have, look at all the tomatoes. Okay, we're going to talk about the veggie garden at a later date. But anyways, so what I'm going to do is continue to walk around. I know that I need to at least go to the part sun, part shade garden. I need to go over there and I need to water in. I have a few pots over there because I've been shopping, guys. So we have some planting to do over there as well as over here at the wall garden. But I'm going to water in those containers, and then I'm going to water in the pots on my porch patio. I'm going to water in, what else do I need to water in? Oh, I need to water the sod. Oh, it's doing okay. And then while I was over here in the hillside garden, oh my gosh, I'm about to, before the sun comes up, after I water, I'm going to deadhead this rose. Oh, it's terrible. But that's what I'm going to do, guys. And then we'll come back and we'll check on things a little later. All right. I think I said good morning to you all. I hope I said how y'all doing. I hope y'all are doing fine. I hope I said all the things. But have a good day. We'll be back to see how things, do during these 3-digit temperatures. Oh, the bee balm is really coming in, guys. I know we just did a garden tour, but look. So pretty. Okay. Until later on, have a great day. Hello, guys. It is now, I think it's about 2:30 in the afternoon, and it is officially 104 degrees. The AC unit is running. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go check on these plants. But I figured while I was up here, we could do a little check-in because I didn't do a check-in during the tour on the patio and those plants. So let's do that. So my goal was to water in these plants before the sun came up this morning. But you guys, the sun was already over here, so I'm gonna water them later tonight. Like I said earlier, that I would prefer to water early in the morning. Oh, he wants to go inside. He doesn't like the heat. Or at night, and so everything's a little droopy, but everything's looking good up here. As you can see, the petunias are filling in. I'm gonna be changing some things out. The primrose is it's always blooming. It's just too hot today. 104 degrees. Okay, and then here's this area right here. Oh my gosh, look at my petunias. This is real life. They are thirsty. Okay, let me pause and go get some water. It is hot here. We are not used to this. They were looking like this, standing up, looking gorgeous. I did not know they drooped this much. Okay, I'm gonna take a pause and I'm gonna go get the hose to water this. Oh my gosh, this is just ridiculous. Okay, and then we have this planter here, and then just an update on the sod that we put here is doing okay. As you can see, there are a few brown patches, but overall it's doing okay. I'm gonna have to water this in really well tonight as well. Okay, let me grab the hose so I can revive this planter. I Let me grab a hose. Okay, so I'm back. Y'all, I know that everything was going to be struggling. I just was not expecting that because it was so lush this morning. And I was like, oh, I can water those later. The sun already hit this area, but apparently not. But I'm not worried about the petunias. Petunias are pretty resilient. And what I'll do is hopefully, they'll just perk up and I'll just cut them back. And they'll perk up like these. These are laying down now because I just went ahead and watered everything, including the planters over there. Okay, so if these look like this, I know that the plants that are on the hillside garden are struggling. Let's take a walk down there. I'm not going to water these patches in. I know I need to, but like I said, the patches, the sod is overall doing okay, but I don't know. What should we expect in these temperatures? Like I said, we just haven't had heat like this, and I think the news said we haven't had temperatures like this in 29 years. So I know everything's struggling. On the hillside garden, everything over here looks pretty good. I'm pretty sure everything over there in the part sun, part shade is doing pretty good as well. But everything right here seems, the only thing drooping is the black eye Susan. In this section that I can see without fully walking over there. But it's always this section. Like, as you can see, like things like these foxglove, look at that. They're like fried. Look at this. Oh my gosh, this is my bachelor's button. Wow. So I'm gonna break out the holes and I'm gonna water this. I'm gonna do I was watching Jim Putnam, I believe that's how you say his name, over on Heart. I don't want to mess up. I think it's HortTube but it's Jim Putnam, I believe that is his name. Look, remember he talked about, before I get over to this eclipse hydrangea, but he talked about misting plants. And I watched him because apparently he's experienced a heat wave too. I think he's in North Carolina, but he talked about misting plants, like the water. This is why I like to water overnight, because it would have soaked up the water. But right now the roots will not be able to soak up the water. But if you mist the plants, look at this snake root plant. Ooh, the struggle is real over here. Let me grab the hose and let's peek around the corner. This is just an afternoon update, and then we'll come back and do like a night update. Okay, so the sun, as you can see, is not over here right now, but these two hydrangeas are doing okay. This one is drooping, and I did give it water, so I'm not going to give it water. It will bounce back up soon because the sun is gone. We watered this one really well. It's not drooping. Let's see. Okay, you can tell that this one was drooping, but it's bouncing back. This one looks fine. This one, and you can tell these were drooping, but they're bouncing back. So now that the sun is gone, they're bouncing back. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the hose, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna mist down the hillside garden. So yeah, so Jim Putnam, he basically was saying that, like I was telling you all earlier, like how I like to do the plants at night, water the plants in at night. I want to make sure the water's not hot because they can take it in. But one of the things he said about misting, like using the mist, is that the plants will be able to take water in from their leaves if you mist them. So what I'm doing right now is, because the hose obviously is in the sun too, I don't want to put hot water. This is my thinking. I don't want to put hot water on the plant. So I'm running the hose until it has cooler water coming through. Okay, I was trying to do it with, I'm trying to hold the camera with one hand. So yeah, so now that I'm just going to mist everything over here, and hopefully that will help. I also have an umbrella that I thought about putting over this hydrangea, but I didn't. So guys, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to see how this goes by just misting the top of everything. Since I'm over here and out here, I'm going to just do it to all the plants. Mist them. All of them, because a lot of them are suffering, even the agastache. So we're just going to mist the plants, and then I'm going to go inside and we'll come and check out what's happening later on tonight. Hang in there, everyone. Hang in there, everyone, going through this heat wave. We're all in this together. We're taking care of our plants together. We're trying to keep them alive. And yeah, whew, I think we have one more day where it's going to be in the 90s, and then we're dropping back down. I can't wait. I don't like this. Okay, see you tonight. Okay, guys, it has been a day. This is going to be the final check-in. It is about 7:30 that we're going to do the final check-in, and so we're going to turn the corner. We're going to turn the corner together. We were surprised together by the pots. Let's just check on the pots. I can kind of see that they're doing better. So here are the pots. Okay, so they still look a little leggy and all that, because they are. But as you can see, they have perked back up from that drench of water. Oh gosh. Still have these. I think my lens is dirty. Okay, that's better. So they perked up. So we're going to have to do something about this whole situation here on another day. But everything has perked up. Where does this little pink bloom come from? Oh, what is this? Oh, that's a petunia. I don't remember putting that petunia in there. Okay, and so have the planters perked up too over here in the front space. Okay, let's go down to the big gardens. The one area I didn't focus on earlier was the part shade, part sun, aka secret garden. But when I did have the hose out earlier, I watered it and like oversprayed over here. So I wasn't too concerned about this garden space. I know it looks kind of bright over here, but the sun has gone down. The sun is just up over in that corner over there. But what I did was sure to check on earlier was I checked on the hellebore and oh, here we go. So this side right here is droopy. So we're gonna break out the water. I did give the hellebore some water earlier, so we'll just leave that, but I'm gonna water all the hydrangea over here. I don't think I watered anything over here, honestly, except for, yes, the hellebore and the lipstick flower, but I did not water, and this is doing bad, guys. Look at it. This is my dogwood. I think we're gonna have to pull it out of this spot. Let's go check on the other one and see how that's doing. Look at this dogwood in comparison to that one. This one's doing fine. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to move that. Okay, so we do still have, it is now, it went from 104 and it is now 98 degrees. So I'm gonna water everything that's wilted. I'm not watering everything. I'm also gonna water that Japanese fern right there. So those are the things I'm gonna water over here. Let's walk to the other side. So the wall garden was doing fine, except there was one thing that I stumbled upon. And actually, oh my gosh, it's looking so much better. I forgot I planted this lupin and this, but it totally leafed back. They all look like this, if not worse. But look at that. They all looked like this. So this is going to be fine. I think that this is the seed pod. So I'm going to leave it so it can drop seeds because I don't see any more like buds on it. And then what I'll do is the day it cools off, I'll come in and cut those dead things. So awesome for that. The black eye Susie has perked back up. This is so pretty. Okay, I'm getting distracted. All right, the other thing that was doing pretty bad, and I see it perked up, was the bachelor button or Gabiosa. Yeah. Oh, this was so bad. I think I'm just gonna come and I don't know. Anyways, what I'm noticing also about these are all bouncing back too, but what I'm noticing about the what are these? Oh my gosh, foxglove, is that once again, I say this all the time, they say full sun, but they cannot take this hillside heat. And so if you look at my line of foxglove here, this one looks good, this one is going to bounce back, but as we go, you can see like that one is pretty much dead. But what I notice is that these ones over here that are a little more protected because they're behind these plants, look how big they are. They're doing great. So I may have to move these particular foxglove over here. Okay, let's take a look. What else was suffering today? The eclipse hydrangea has bounced right back. The snake root is coming back. It's gonna, like I said, what did I say the temperature is gonna be? Low 90s? Okay, I'm so happy about that. Okay, what else was suffering? Looking for the things that was suffering. Thanks for taking this walk with me throughout the garden throughout today. All the planters were doing pretty good, but the other row of hydrangeas. Okay, so remember I came out at 2:30 and this looked like this. Look at it, it still looks like this. So we're gonna water that again. I'm going to give that a real good deep water. And the other one down here that wilted, I'm going to give this a deep watering too. And a couple down there. So those are the few things, guys, that I'm going to just water in. Because we're not getting any rain. And I may just go ahead and water this entire hillside garden, because this is the garden that will be the most stressed because it's just so hot. So I think I'm going to, but I'm looking at everything and everything has bounced back. The roses need a nice haircut, but everything has bounced back. So guys, I wasn't able to do any planting or anything like that, but thank you so much for, walking through this heat wave with me. Look at this. It has new growth though. I think I may cut this all back. That one, yeah, I'm gonna cut that back tonight. Thanks for walking through the garden with me throughout the day and checking on things and just going through the motions. Like I said, we haven't reached a temperature of 104 degrees in 29 years. And I don't even remember the day that actually happened. But, it's been a good day. It's been a busy day. It's been not so much worrisome, but, I don't want my plants to die. So, guys, I'm going to get to watering these plants in, and I'll see you guys on the next one. But until then, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to leave a comment. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you've done all of those things, thank you. If you haven't, please consider. But I'll see you on the flip side. Blessings. Bye.